I'm Chris Hansen. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am.
But, I was joking! What's up, everybody? It's your favorite gay-looking straight boy, Hunter Avalone, here, back with another video. Today, we're talking about Shane Dawson. Now, before I sat down here to record, I thought about shaving this disgusting crap off my lip, but then I thought, hey, in honor of today's topic, I might as well do my best to look like a pedophile. Yeah, that's right. Today we're talking about Shane Dawson, pedophilia, and jokes. Jokes. We all love them, right? Knock, knock. Who's there? Boo! Boo-hoo. Don't cry. It's just a joke. That one always gets the posse laughing. Now, I'm pretty sure all of you know damn well who Shane Dawson is. And if you don't, what, are you living under a rock or some shit? Shane Dawson is one of the biggest YouTubers with well over 20 million subscribers. He's been huge on YouTube pretty much since the beginning of YouTube. And recently, he has come under some very significant fire. A few days ago, he dropped this video, Taking Accountability, where he apologized for some of the previous racist things he did in some of his old skits. For example, he did blackface and he said the N-word a couple times. Similar to what Jenna Marbles did, which was coming forward and apologizing for this past behavior, Shane Dawson decided to follow suit and do the same thing. So if it had only stopped at racism, if it had just stopped at like, hey, he did blackface, he said the N-word a couple times, okay, that's not cool, that's bad, obviously, but you know, I think that we could probably forgive the guy for that, right? Well, it turns out that Shane Dawson is a much bigger idiot than this. Not too long ago, this thread went viral, basically exposing countless clips of Shane Dawson explicitly sexualizing children.
Yeah. I love you too. Can you twerk for us? I know twerking is insane.
Oh, I love you too.
Oh, I love you too. No, shut up and twerk. Maybe she can't hear us. Give it.
Okay.
Twerk for us.
Oh,
here we go. She's moving in front of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now tell her to show herself.
Stop it, Shane Lee.
Okay, so this is the first clip, right, where Shane Dawson is doing random calls on Omegle. He's well in his 20s, a random stranger answers, and his first request was for her to twerk for him. Kinda yikesy shit, right? And Shane Dawson addressed a lot of this in his video, where he basically says that he was wrong, he feels bad about a lot of this behavior, but that it was a joke, right? So let's watch a segment of his video here, and then I want to talk about, is it really a joke? Because to be honest, my friends, I don't think it is.
And I think instead of joking about them so much, I probably should have just went to therapy earlier and talked about them. I swear on my life, I am not somebody who would ever talk about a child, like in seriousness. I would never talk about a child in any way that was inappropriate. That is disgusting, that is gross, it is not something I would ever do. It is something I did for shock value or because I thought it was funny or like, oh my god, my child molester character or whatever. It's all gross, and I promise that is not real.
Okay, so he obviously is making it known that he is disgusted by this behavior and that he originally did it for a level of shock value and some jokes or whatever. But here's what I don't understand is he says he'll never seriously talk inappropriately about a child. But this next clip we're about to watch contradicts just that.
Why do you have so many followers? And she goes, oh, I'm a cheerleader. And I'm like, oh, really? And she shows me her Instagrams, which are like, first of all, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but like, she's like sexy. She's like sexy.
So that's Shane Dawson talking about a 6-year-old girl claiming that she's sexy. I think that we can all agree that's pretty fucking disgusting. I'm pretty sure you don't refer to children as sexy without that coming across a little bit pedophilic. I'm sorry, we're getting a little bit into some Chris Hansen territory here. You don't call children sexy. That doesn't sound like a joke. Where's the shock value? Where's the punchline? Where's the twist? This doesn't sound like a joke. This sounds like Shane Dawson on his podcast He even said ahead of time, hey, I don't know if I can say this, but she's kinda sexy. Just some really inappropriate, gross shit, and Shane Dawson is claiming he would never seriously talk about a child like this, but yet explain this clip. Here he is pretending to, to a poster of 11-year-old Willow Smith.
Oh, Willow. Oh, I'll whip your hair back and forth.
So that's also a little gross, a little creepy. So Shane Dawson is saying he's really sorry, he's really disgusted by this, but that it was just a joke, kind of designed for shock value. And listen, here's the kicker. I like edgy jokes. And if you follow me, you probably like edgy jokes also. Okay? Over here at Hunterville, we all like our humor like emos like their knives. Edgy. But the thing is, if you're going to make edgy jokes, then you better make sure your slate is damn clean, because this is about to get even worse. It's worse than just a couple clips showing Shane Dawson talking and acting inappropriately about children. 5 women have come forward so far talking about their experiences with Shane Dawson. Most of these people, as you can guess, wish to remain anonymous, and let's keep in mind that these are only allegations. This does not mean that Shane Dawson did these things, but I have reason to believe that he may have. Here's one girl talking about when she was 13 and they would go into this group with Shane Dawson when there were a bunch of teens in there ranging from 12 to 16. Some dark stuff went on there around Christmas time in like 2012. He told us about his eating disorder and how he lost all his weight, and he told us he had never admitted it publicly. Sometimes girls would twerk for his attention, so that's a little gross. Here's someone else saying that when they were 13 or 14 years old, Shane Dawson commented on her tits, and that he gave her a lot of attention back then. She was so flattered at the time. Over the years, I realized how predatory and creepy he was. And here's another one that said, I was 11 and I remember learning how to twerk, so that way when we joined our group chat, he would notice me. When I did, he said something along the lines of, yes, shake that sexy little ass. At the time, I was so flattered, but growing up, I think about it and I feel so violated and manipulated.
Time to see some hot, sexy bitches wearing my Hot Topic shirts. Damn. Oh, if Justine wasn't watching, I would rape all of you.
Shane Dawson claimed some of these clips were a joke, right? Shane Dawson claimed some of this shit he did was for shock value. But when we already have clips showing Shane Dawson asking random strangers, underage strangers, to twerk for him,
Yeah. I love you too. Can you twerk for us?
it suddenly makes me wonder, is this really a joke? You can claim it's a joke, but if the joke is followed by a fucking action, well, it's no longer a joke. Because whether this is a joke or not, Shane Dawson did have this girl twerk for him on camera. And whether it's a joke or not, it sounds like Shane Dawson was in groups with underage girls where they would twerk for him.
Good job, Lucy! But next time, shake your titties more. And you, take off the jacket and show more.
And Lucy, I checked my statistics and I have a lot of child molesters watching, so can you please eat a cocktail weenie?
I know Shane Dawson is probably going to say that that was just shock value, it was inappropriate or whatever, but now when you have girls coming forward saying that they were asked to twerk for him, or saying that Shane Dawson commented on their tits, suddenly it makes this edgy joke seem much more sinister, seem much more devious. And even more so, here's a clip of him actually in a group with underage kids.
You are all my Valentine. Fake breasts, vagina, dripping with magic. An angel singing, smell your dick.
So it sounds like there he is talking pretty explicitly and sexually in a group chat with underage fangirls. So it sounds like Shane Dawson is in a lot of shit right now, and there are a lot of other clips as well. Here's one that was really disturbing.
That was the worst kiss I've ever seen. That was terrible. I would never have sex with you.
So what has happened to Shane Dawson since this massive controversy? Well, YouTube has suspended the monetization on all of Shane Dawson's channels after his old videos were criticized, and Jada Pinkett Smith and their son Jaden came forward and said they were disgusted over the Shane Dawson clip of him sexualizing 11-year-old Willow. Shane Dawson, I am disgusted by you, Jaden tweeted a few minutes before his mother spoke up. You sexualizing an 11-year-old girl who happens to be my sister is the furthest thing from funny and not okay in the slightest bit. So Mr. Shane Dawson here is in a lot of deep shit. So what can we learn from this? Seriously, what can we learn from this? Well, there's a couple things. One, remember that everything you put on the internet is permanent, and it can always come back and bite you in the ass. I know I sound like a boomer wine mom when I say shit like that, but it's true. Obviously, we can learn that whether Shane was making jokes or not, when there's actual actions that then follow those jokes, and when there's actually people coming forward saying they were made very uncomfortable by Shane, you have to start wondering, were they really jokes? And even if they are, well, those jokes don't really sit too well anymore now, do they? And lastly, we've all heard the famous Spider-Man quote, with great power comes great responsibility, but I think with great fame comes great accountability. And I think for a long time, Shane Dawson wasn't held accountable for some of his disturbing and gross actions, and now he is being held accountable for his behavior. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that these are all just innocent jokes that got taken out of context, or do you think there's something far more sinister here? I think one thing is for certain. Shane Dawson is a total idiot.